What's happening, everybody? Hello and welcome back to Total Blast, where we discuss about everything Marvel and the MCU. Today's news is all about all three Spider-Man characters, and this is very exciting. There's also fascinating information concerning the two Spider-Man universes, the MCU and the Sony Spider-Verse. Many people are interested in finding out what is actually going on with Sony Spider-Man universe and Spider-Man 4. After the recent announcement about a new Spider-Man No Way Home footage, which will be released September 2nd. Today, we'll be talking about all of these details. If this is your first time, please subscribe and enable your post notification bell so you don't miss out on subsequent videos. On the 2nd of September, Spider-Man No Way Home will return to theaters. There will be an 11-minute new footage, including footage of the three Peter Parkers acting as the Science Brothers rather than a Spider-Man together. Therefore, it will be worthwhile to watch. Now, what exactly is happening with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, the other two Spider-Mans? As we've covered in our previous videos, there was a formal statement from Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, and Amy Pascal, executive producer of Sony, confirming that they would definitely collaborate on a Spider-Man 4 and that they had already started working on it with Tom Holland. However, we haven't really heard anything, at least officially, about the other two Spider-Mans. There were numerous rumors regarding Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. There have been various leaks too, and that essentially confirms that Sony does indeed have plans for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. These sources claim that Sony has more plans for Andrew Garfield than Tobey Maguire, most likely due to Tobey's advanced age. Now, what precisely is going on with The Amazing Spider-Man 3? Is it possible that Andrew Garfield will make an appearance? Actually, the answer is yes. According to recent rumors from insiders, Sony does absolutely want Andrew Garfield to return and play at least a respectable role in their Spider-Man universe. Sony made it fairly clear that the Spider-Man they needed for their universe wasn't actually Tom Holland, so this gives room for another Spider-Man. It wasn't too long ago that Eddie Brock and Venom were once more seen in the Spider-Man No Way Home post-credit scene. Tom Holland will fight against a different Venom symbiote that is not Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, although it is sad. It gives Andrew Garfield the opportunity to essentially take over as Spider-Man for the Sony universe. Also, Tobey Maguire is one of my favorite actors, and he's a little bit older. I thought he was excellent in Spider-Man No Way Home. However, it appears that as for right now, Sony wants him to act in other projects in their Sony Spider-Man universe, potentially in Madam Web. This does not imply that he cannot appear in certain films. According to the brief summary Madam Web that Sony provided to Variety and Deadline, the movie will be the origin narrative of the clairvoyant Madam Web, whose psychic abilities allow her to see within the spider world. She can move across universes, and Madam Web is reportedly going to be a huge film for Sony's Spider-Man universe. This makes sense, given that Sony wants to establish its own Spider-Verse. In a moment, we will discuss Sony's Spider-Verse. On July 7th, 2023, Madam Web will be seen in theaters. Now, back to Andrew Garfield. According to multiple insiders, Sony has plans for Andrew Garfield. There have also lately been rumors that Andrew Garfield has signed a multi-movie deal with Marvel Studios as well as Sony, and that he will likely reprise his role as the Amazing Spider-Man and feature in Avengers Secret Wars. Now, keep in mind that Secret Wars hasn't been announced when we learned that Andrew Garfield had signed a multi-movie contract. If we go a little further back, it's likely that Andrew Garfield has signed a multi-movie agreement with Marvel, with Secret Wars being one of the multi-movie deals. It appears, from the current state of things, that Marvel Studios is seriously beginning to make huge plans for Secret Wars. Just to be clear, we have also heard that Sony wants Andrew Garfield to continue playing Spider-Man for a number of projects, and we've also heard that one of those projects might be The Amazing Spider-Man 3. According to insiders, Sony does want the three Spider-Mans to come together once more in the future. Just like we've seen in previous videos, another multiverse movie starring the three Spider-Men is something they'd like to make. And I believe a lot of us would really like that. According to sources, Sony wanted Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to remain in the universe. Now, it appears as though Sony intends to introduce its own multiverse, or Spider-Verse, into the Sony universe. We already have the multiverse in the MCU, but Sony wants to incorporate all of its characters, including Venom, into their universe. In fact, this is the ideal scenario for both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to continue existing. Even if they don't get their own movies, they can still travel in their respective universes and return to the big screen. According to rumors, Andrew Garfield will take on a more significant role in the Sony Spider-Man world, maybe getting his own film and possibly competing with Tom Holland's Venom in Venom 3. In Venom 3, Tom Hardy confirms that he will face up against Spider-Man, Before Venom Let There Be Carnage, Tom declared that the ultimate goal of the upcoming film is for him to face Spider-Man. In the Venom Let There Be Carnage post-credit scenes, he suggested that perhaps I might seek out the Spider-Man person. Therefore, returning for The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is unquestionably on the table for Andrew Garfield. I currently anticipate seeing Andrew and Tobey in a few Spider-Man projects from Sony, and then ideally both of them will appear in Avengers Secret Wars. Now that I've mentioned it, Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal have stated that they had already started working on Spider-Man 4, which will star Tom Holland. Although Tom Holland has not spoken to us, I believe that after they restricted his access to some script, he then realized he can no longer give us spoilers. However, both studios have essentially confirmed that he will return with Zendaya. We may not have heard anything because they haven't signed a new contract, but given that both Sony and Marvel Studios have stated that a Spider-Man 4 is already in the works, I'm guessing he would undoubtedly return. Which Spider-Man do you anticipate to return for The Amazing Spider-Man 3? What are your thoughts about Andrew Garfield returning to play Amazing Spider-Man 3? Please, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest Marvel news. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one.